Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Go! Let's go! First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here go 47.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Past the 20. 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Dolphins 17-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll turn to the power game at Olawale. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
Now Elliott. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll run here with Balaj. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Balaj. And an alley to run. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
And it's 3rd down.
Buddy up. 48th month. 48th month. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Here's Jackson to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Here's Elliott. There's the stiff arm. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 30 on second down, Prescott. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
We're going to 54. Why in? Check pass. Check pass. Mike 1. Mike 1. We got 26.
Here's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The All-Pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On third down, Jackson. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Prescott from the gun. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Taco Charlton showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Push him back. Push him back.
Jackson from the shotgun, rolling, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On fourth down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back deep is Tavon Austin. He'll look to set up his blockers. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. They come out here in the I. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. It's a keeper with Prescott. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission? Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And it's caught by Parker. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, That's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the 1st down. Keep the sticks.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Marr on for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 10th carry now for Elliott. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 9, check 9. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Wide 26.
Throwing. Prescott. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
A first down throw for Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Slam. Check. Here we go, 47. Here we go, kill.
Now Prescott. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys are able to regain the lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. On first down, Drake. Oh, a design run for their wideout. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Single. Watch out.
Here's Jackson. And he hits Drake. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. Took the outlaw. Squeeze down the middle.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe with a pick. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Here we go, going to 54, wide eight. Here we go, 46. 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. That'll bring up 2nd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Taken down back at the 50-yard line.
Here we go, wide eight. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Prescott now from the 50. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jerome Baker able to run it down for a loss of a yard. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it. But it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start with a give here to Balazs. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balazs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch one. I'm coming up.
Now Elliott. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey,
Prescott to throw this time. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Elliott running right. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe. Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it? Yep. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. These Cowboys looking good here at AT&T Stadium. Of course, they were really good in this building last year, 7-1 in their 8 games played at home. The only loss was on a Monday night to Tennessee. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet.